Annex A's physical control family then. So this sits alongside the organizational controls, the family of people controls, and then the technological controls. But this is focusing on physical protection and security of your office environment. Now, it's not going to apply to everyone because some people now, a lot of people just work from home and they don't actually have a physical premises, being a virtual kind of organization. So then you might say that these are not applicable to you in your statement of applicability. But let's have a look at them anyway, because they will be applicable to a lot of organizations. So these are things that I have grouped them into rather than anything that ISO 27001 recognizes. So you kind of got those physical access controls. It's about securing your perimeters and access points and people getting into the building without being challenged and having kind of swipe cards and things like that. Then you've got the kind of facility security and monitoring. There's a few in there around that about, monitoring who's coming in and out, swipe card access, who's in those logs, and physical security. So you're looking at the CCTV logs and who's monitoring those things. The third group is environmental threats and sort of protection working in hazardous zones. So, for example, your server room might have a raised floor because you're worried about flooding or halon systems because of fire threats and things like that. The fourth thing that I've got, it really just has clear desk policy in it, which is about workplace behaviours, because everybody needs to make sure they haven't got those papers sitting on their desks so that could go astray. Then the fifth group that I've defined is about equipment protection and asset security. So making sure that equipment isn't left for unauthorized access. If you go to a coffee shop, you tell people that you can't just leave it on a table and go off somewhere to have a coffee and a chat with your friend or something like that. And what you do about storage media. So if you've got like a USB device that you've downloaded something onto, then there might be some guidance that you're giving people around that and how to dispose of materials safely as well. The sixth is about utility and infrastructure resilience. So this is ensuring that you have protection from disruption by utility failures. So if, for example, you've got outages of power and things like that, and then protecting your cabling. So people can't just walk up and unplug your router or networking or plug in and start scanning your network because you've put the cabling out of sight. And then the final one is the disposal of assets. So when you finish with a laptop or even data that you dispose of in another way, that you've got clear established processes for handling those kind of things. So this is about physical security controls and handling real world things that you can touch and feel and lose, and making sure that you've got some evidence that you have considered each one of these and how you're going to address them.